What's up, Tamers? So here's a complete breakdown on how to unlock the Mythical Raid, what to expect when you start one, and how to beat the Mythical Raid boss at the end. So make sure you watch the end of the video. So before we dive into it, if you're new to the channel and you find this information helpful, consider subscribing. I'll really appreciate it. So the first thing you should know is that the layer to the Mythical Raid is located inside the Anak Volcano, which means you're gonna need the crystal skates back. And if you don't have them, you eventually get them back as you progress through the main quest in the Cipanku island. So make sure you get that done first. Now once you head back to the Anak Volcano, make sure you have a full squad of different types of Temtems, because as you make your way to the top of the layer, not only are you gonna encounter tamers that you will have to battle, but they are guarding these crystal shrines that will need to be activated in order to unlock the path to the Mythical Raid. And each shrine corresponds to a different type, so make sure you have that type of Temtem in order to activate it. Those Temtems that you use to activate the crystal shrine will return back to you. Now, two of those crystal shrines are located inside the fire shrine, and in order to gain access to the last two, you will need to defeat the tamers guarding the fire shrine. So make sure you have a full squad of fire Temtem with earth techniques, or a Koish that is fire type that knows a water technique. And the battles themselves are pretty easy to beat. Once you defeat all the 4 tamers guarding the fire shrine, you'll gain access to the last 2 crystal shrines and the fire shrine itself. So once you activate all the different shrines, make your way to the entrance of the layer to the Mythical Raid. So here comes the fun part. In order to participate in the Mythical Raid, you will need a team of 3 to 5 players. So the game recommends that you play with up to 5 players when doing a Mythical Raid, because it makes it a lot easier for you guys to make it to the end. So anytime you start a Mythical Raid, it will cost you 2,500 pensuns. So make sure you have a good team that communicates. So when it comes to finding a team, you will find a bunch of players waiting in front of the main entrance of the layer to the Mythical Raid. So once you found your group, you're ready to start. You won't be able to use any of your Temtems or items. So you will need to form a new squad of Temtems, and they are totally random. There's no way to know what you're gonna get. So the goal of your team is to have a total of 18 jewels by the end of the layer in order to fight the Mythical Temtem, and jewels are shared amongst players. If your team doesn't pick enough jewels, you won't be able to fight the Mythical Temtem, and you will need to leave the layer without any rewards. Which is why communication is so important, because if somebody on your team gets knocked out while inside the layer, in order for them to revive the Temtem, they will have to pay an offering of 4 jewels. Also, as you progress through the layer, you will also get items and bonuses. The bonuses are shared amongst players, and it's best to get bonuses at the start of the raid, because it makes it a lot easier for you and your team to advance to the end, since it gets a lot harder as you progress. So the Mythical Raid has its own currency instead of pensuns. Players earn Sin Stars, which are also shared between players. Sin Stars allows you to buy items in the layer shop. So as you progress through the layer, you will come across different options that have different action, and sometimes there's more than one. Make sure you choose carefully which action you want to choose, because the other one will disappear. You will also have a map that will show you your location, your team's location, and any other interaction coming up, which will allow you to plan accordingly with your team. So here's a whiffs that you will come across as you make your way through the layer. They will give you either 1 or 2 random Temtems. So as you make your way through the layer, you will come across tamers named Karakuri. They will initiate a battle anytime you interact with them. The number of orbs on top of the Karakuri represents how difficult the battle is going to be. Defeating a Karakuri would net you Sin Stars and a reward of your choice. You can only choose one reward, either a random Temtem, a jewel, or a random bonus. You will also come across Rest, which will fully heal your entire squad and cleanse them of any status condition. You will also come across shops along the way that will allow you to spend your hard-earned Sin Stars on medicine, items, and gears that will aid you in battle. So make sure you pick items such as full restores and full revives. So make sure you choose carefully when to use it and what you're buying. You will also find chests along the path that will give you a set of rewards such as jewels, Tems, or bonus. A chest with 2 lockpicks have better reward. Another thing you will find is offerings. You'll be asked to give something you already own in order to receive a set of rewards in exchange. There are some cases in where it offers you a reward in exchange for nothing. So once you reach the end of the path, as long as you have the right amount of mythical jewels, which is 18, you're allowed to interact with the altar and start the mythical battle. So Mythical Temtem have 3 active traits and several lives that need to be depleted in order to defeat them. You will also have active bonuses that will help you defeat the mythical boss. Now, from my personal experience, the Mythical Temtem Tyranak is pretty tough to beat in this mythical raid. So my battle against Tyranak was pretty close, but I was able to defeat it. I'll be uploading my battle against Tyranak on a separate video, and feel free to check that out if you need some sort of guidance on what to expect. So here's a few facts about Tyranak that you should know. It is a dual type Temtem, is both a fire and nature type, which makes it weak to toxic and resistant to nature, electric, and crystal. So toxic techniques are the best way to do the most damage to Tyranak. So when it comes to the technique that Tyranak uses during this battle, I've seen 3. I'm not sure which is the 4th one, but the ones he does use are Embers, Plague, and Flaming Meteorite. But it tends to spam the Plague technique a lot, which is a nature technique. From what I read online, the final fight against Tyranak is easier if you fight with fire type Temtems and Temtems that are nature resistant, as they will prove to be a really good counter to the Mythical Temtem Tyranak. If you do wind up defeating the Mythical Temtem Tyranak, congrats! Your reward for defeating the boss will be a chest that contains a Tyranak egg and other rewards. So there you have it, Tamers. The mythical raid is so much fun to do. Definitely give it a try. Also, you can do it more than once for extra rewards, but you can only get the Tyranak egg once per week, from my understanding. Well, Tamers, thank you for watching. If you found this guide helpful, leave a like, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe for more Temtem content, and check out my Temtem playlist for more videos. Peace out.